Hi, good evening, and a warm welcome to all the participants in today's webinar. We'll allow a couple of minutes to everyone to join in and settle down, and then we'll get started with today's discussion. I can imagine you are all very excited to understand about how you can start selling, how you can start generating leads, orders, or inquiries on GlobalLinker, and I'm equally excited to share that with you. Before we get started with today's discussion, or I start sharing my screen and start sharing the entire process, just a quick second, let me check on the live stream. Sorry for that. But as many of you would want to access the recording of today's webinar, so that's where it is important that we check that the live stream is working fine. So let me quickly check on that. Yes, the live stream is working fine. So as I was mentioning to you that we are going to understand about how you can start selling, how you can start generating leads and inquiries on GlobalLinker, what is the process, and before that we will also try to understand about the GlobalLinker marketplace. So there's a lot of information that I'm going to share with you, but that information may not be something which you may find fruitful, or you may not be able to relate to it unless if there's a doubt, if there's a question, if there's a query in your mind that gets answered. Otherwise, you'll not be able to comprehend or absorb it properly. Now, for that, it is important that every question, every doubt that you have gets answered. Now, for that, you should be answering or asking question. How can you do that? So for that, you have to use a tool called Q&A. So if you look down below, that's where you'll see there's an option which says Q&A. There's a question mark on it. So you have to use that option. There is a chat option also available. I will not advise you using that, at least for your question. If you want to interact with other participants who are here with us, you're more than welcome to do that. Or if I want to seek your opinion, if I want to understand what is your understanding, etc. So that is where we can certainly use the chat, but we should not be using it for Q&A, because what will happen that your question might get missed because there may be some new chat that has come. So it may go up and I may miss out on that. So please don't add your question in the chat, add that in the Q&A option. Perfect. So this is where I am going to move the Q&A panel on the other monitor, and I will keep peeking into it from time to time. So if it is possible for me to answer that question right away, I will certainly do that, or I will include the answer in my explanation. If it is not possible for me to answer that immediately, then I will answer that towards the end of the session when we will break into the question answer round. All right, so I think we have spent 4 minutes of your valuable time already. So without spending any more of your time, let's begin. Let's get started. So I'm going to start sharing my screen, and we will proceed ahead. In next few seconds, you'll start seeing my screen, and then we should proceed ahead. All right, so this is where I am starting the screen share. And let's minimize this action bar, although it technically is quite useful, but it keeps floating and then you'll keep seeing a black box on your screen, which will be extremely annoying. So I try to hide it so that it is not annoying or blocking or obstructing your view. All right, so what you're seeing on your screen is the Global Income Marketplace. Before we begin our discussion, I just recalled that to confirm that you are able to see the screen. So using the chat, if anyone from the audience can confirm that you are able to see the screen, that will be really helpful. So just type yes in the chat, and I will know that you are able to see the screen. Although I can see on the other monitor that the screen share is working fine, but it is my duty to confirm. So just let me know using the chat. Now, moving ahead, why am I showing you the global income marketplace, and why have we not immediately started with a presentation about how you can start selling on global income marketplace? There's a reason behind that, because what I believe, and if you can also read about it, that if the destination is clear, then The journey is firstly understandable. Secondly, it is engaging, it is enjoyable. If the destination is not clear, if uh, we are sitting, just imagine we are in a very large hall, and I give you a instruction that you have to go to that corner or that corner. You know that is the destination, that corner is the destination, and you'll be able to go there. But if I just tell you we have to go, but where do I have to go? Which corner? This corner, that corner, behind the corner which is behind me, or the corner which is in front of me? Which corner should I go? If it is not that clear, you'll not be able to understand where do you have to go, and obviously you'll not be able to figure out the human intelligence. Even if I put obstacle in front of you, even if I put a maze in front of you, you'll be able to navigate through it because we are intelligent beings and we can do that as long as the destination is clear. So that's why let's get started with the marketplace. Let's try to understand, like, how is it going to benefit you? Because if it is going to benefit you, then only you're going to do any of what I am going to share with you. So this is Global Income Marketplace, and this is something that we have created to help businesses like you in actually being able to generate business digitally, or if I have to say it in other way, to adopt digital ways of doing business, and more importantly, starting to sell digitally. Now, this is where I had accidentally closed the tab, so I'm going to quickly open a tab, and I'm going to show you few examples. And this is where very quickly, I'm not sure if you are familiar with the Global Linkers background, but we are a platform that helps businesses in connecting with other businesses. We help businesses in doing business networking. So that is one side of our business. The second side is wherein we help businesses in digitizing themselves, because all of us understand that digital is the way forward and every business has to digitize themselves. But when it comes to MSMEs, the micro and small businesses, that is where they are significantly disadvantaged. It is not like they are not aware that we have to digitize ourselves and they don't understand the importance. They're not able to do it. There are many, many challenges, and let's not go there. But what we are helping businesses like you is helping them create their own digital presence and adopt digital ways of doing business, and more precisely starting to sell digitally. And that's where we had been helping businesses in creating their digital presence in form of an online store. And this is an example that you're seeing on the screen, this on your screen. That is a business that is in the manufacturing and retail and export of equipment, heavy equipment, which is used for maintaining sports institutions, etc. So this is their online store that they have created. Or let's look at another example. This is a business that is into the manufacturing and export of matchsticks. So this is their online store that we are looking at. This is another business that is into manufacturing and export of leather products. There is another business which is in the manufacturing of precision tools, which are used for diamond cutting and polishing. On the retail side, this is a business that is a retail chain of sports goods and sports equipment, and this is their online store. So there are many businesses from different industries that have created their digital presence. Now, creating digital presence is one thing, but actually being able to do business, able to generate sale is another thing. And that's where what we have realized from our interactions with many of business owners like you, that you are able to create the digital presence and you have phenomenally good products. But where you struggle is to actually attract sellers and actually start getting into business with them. So that's where, to help out businesses like you, we have created the GlobalLinker Marketplace, which is going to be a cross-border B2B marketplace. Very soon, we will have sellers as well as buyers from countries like Sri Lanka, UAE, although even at the moment we have buyers from all over the world, and especially US and Europe. But sellers will also start joining, and it will transform very soon into a cross-border marketplace. But at the moment, we are India focused, wherein Indian suppliers are selling domestically as well as to international markets, right? So it is catering to both type of audience. It is even catering to the B2C audience. So if you are a B2C seller, even then it is relevant to you, although the primary focus is around B2E, and which you can see on the screen as well. So this is where, if you are a business, then I think it is a great opportunity for you to be part of the Global Income Marketplace. It will give you an early mover advantage, and you'll be able to generate a lot of business through it. Now, the obvious question that comes in the mind is, how are we actually going to generate the business, right? So he's saying, Adnan is saying to you that you're going to generate good amount of business through Global Income Marketplace, but how is it going to happen? So here you can see there are two options. One is for sellers. This is using this, you'll be able to sign up and list your offering on Global Income Marketplace. And that is something that we are going to discuss in detail later. But at the moment, let's focus on how the dhanda is going to happen here. So one is a buyer can come on the Global Income Marketplace. They can use the search, which we have here, or they can go through the navigation and they can look for the products. I'm going to very randomly click on one of the category and see it. So for example, I'm someone who is interested in peanuts, so I can come here and I can send an inquiry. I will also show you a order part. Don't worry on that. If you're a B2C seller, you might be thinking like, oh, it is not relevant for me because they're only generating inquiries. No, we are generating orders as well. I'll show you example a little later. But this is where you can see we have a example. There's a product which is from a particular supplier, and as a buyer, whether I'm domestic or international, if I have a requirement for buying groundnuts in bulk, I can send an inquiry. Now, when I'm sending an inquiry, I have that option. I can be specific. I can only send it to this particular supplier, which is Shigro, or I can make it public. And other suppliers who are also supplying groundnuts will be able to review that requirement and may be able to respond it. So, from a buyer's perspective, it is helpful because they can then get quotations from multiple suppliers, and whosoever they like, then they can proceed ahead to do business with them, right? So that is one flow through which the business happens. Let me log into my account and let me show you that as well, because seeing is believing, and my browser has gotten stuck for some reason. Let me refresh the page and let me try to log in. So let's get the OTP. It's 909732. Verify. So this is where you can imagine I am now logged in as a buyer, and you can see the moment I did the login, this is where it is now generating the RFQ that is entirely AI powered. So I just selected the product. The rest of the details AI has generated entirely for me. So this is where you can see it has put in a sourcing requirement. So category is something which is not some which is not very particularly relevant to you, but where does this product belong? And then it is automatically generated. You don't have to do anything. The sourcing quantity, it has specified 10 tons, but it is not necessary that you have to, the buyer has to only buy 10 tons. They can buy 100 tons, or they can buy 5 tons also. And the location it has picked up from my browser location. And these are the details which AI has generated, and these are editable. So if I want to make any changes to them, I can very conveniently edit it and make changes to it. And once I'm done, I can click on post requirement. Now, I was telling you that I can make it specific, or I can be what do you call public. So that is done in the invite seller space. So if I come here and then go to invite seller, that is where I can choose the requirement to be sent to this specific supplier, or I can make it public and it can be accessed or reviewed by the other suppliers as well. So I'm not going to do that because this is the live environment, but I hope you have understood the process. This is how it works. So this is one method through which you are going to get inquiries. And this is where, if for a moment, if I take you here, this is where you can see there are a number of RFQs, request for quotation is the full form. So there are a number of RFQs which you can see here. And if there's anything relevant to you, even if it is not directly sent to you, you can still participate into it. And God knows, you may be able to crack that deal and get that business, right? So there's a lot of opportunity that sits out there for you to utilize and leverage. Now, I was mentioning to you that I will also be showing to you a product that has online order. So let's look for sports goods product. They typically have the online ordering facility also available. Let's look at this product, which is shuttles for badminton. And this where you can see this option, add to cart, is also there. So if you are a B2C seller, you can even utilize this option and you can get orders from retail customers. We have a active flow of retail orders as well happening on the GlobalLinker marketplace. So if you are a B2C seller, this is something that you can leverage. But in order to enable that feature, because we have made this feature on request, so if you'll have to request to us to enable this feature. But if you are a B2B seller, then you can utilize this and inquiry. Now, a B2C seller can cater to what type of audience. This is where you can see using the add to cart feature, it is catering to retail customers like me. So if I want to buy this box of badminton shuttles, I can very conveniently place an order and I can buy that. Now, if there is a shop that wants to buy, let's say, 100 boxes of these badminton shuttles, they can send them an inquiry that we are interested to buy 100 boxes of badminton shuttle. What is the best price that you can quote? And again, I can make it a public inquiry or a private inquiry. So if it is a public, then other sports goods sellers who can fulfill this requirement, they can send me a quotation. Or if I just want to keep it private between me and this seller, I can also choose to keep it private. All right. So this is how the action is going to happen, how the buyer or how is the buyer is going to discover you. There are multiple options. Like on any other marketplace, you have a very powerful search which is available, and then you have navigation which you can uh, use, and then there are highlighted products. So based on the performance of the product, so there are certain products which are highlighted like top deals, new arrivals, etc. So top deals is basically the discounted products. So wherever the product has discounts, and these are the products based on my browsing history, they are identifying and sharing it with me. And if I am interested in getting a private label, this is where you can see there's a section which helps international buyers or businesses that are looking to get into private label manufacturing. There's a section for them as well. And if you are a seller or manufacturer who can offer private label product, then you can also showcase your products here. All right, and down below you can see we have also showcased few SME inspiration stories of businesses like you for you to review and get inspired. So all that is here. So there's a lot of action happening on Global Income Marketplace. Now let's move on to the second aspect or the second topic in our discussion, and that is how are you going to list your business on Global Income Marketplace. And for that, I'm going to quickly take you through a short presentation. Where is that presentation? Here I have. I'm going to take you, make it go full screen, and then we'll quickly go through it. So I basically divided the criterias or the requirements for being present on Global Income Marketplace. Obviously, every marketplace has their own criterias, and these criterias are not boundaries or barriers that are created to stop you from joining them. These are requirements which are created to help you become better in terms of your product or your information and improve your chances of actually getting an order or inquiry from a prospective customer. What are the business requirements? Let's go and let's try to understand very, very quickly. So if you're someone who don't have an account, then it is relevant to you. I'm believing all of you already have an account on GlobalLinker. If you don't have an account on GlobalLinker, then simply go to GlobalLinker and from here become a seller using this option, sign up and create an account. So that is the first requirement from the business criteria side. The second is you should have an online store. I showed you a few examples of online store. So similar to that, you'll be able to create. Now it is up to you if you want to have a beautiful looking, a very nice and presentable online store, or a basic one with just showing your product and nothing else. So you can have a bare bone one or you can have a very elaborate one. Entirely your choice, but you'll be able to create both of them on the platform. So that is the second requirement. The third one is Your business account should be GST verified, and only then you'll be able to list. So these are the three requirements for listing on GlobalLinker Marketplace. Again, from the business side, they are not something out of the world that you have to do. You have to create an account. If you already have an account, then just create an online store, upload your products, and then you'll be able to list them. Now, the third point, I can imagine, although it is very, very simple, but it may be little confusing. You may not be clear where do we have to go to do the GST verification. So let me quickly show you. I'm going to switch the screen, take you to the browser, and we are in a demonstration account which I use for these training workshops, etc. Now here we have to verify our account. So there are two places from where you can do that. One is once you have logged into your account, and this is called the dashboard. This is where you'll see all the RFQs and there are a number of posts, etc., all happening. So on this dashboard, if you look towards the left side, that is where you will see there is an option verify your company profile. This is the option I'm referring to. So you can click on it and you'll be able to do the verification. I've just clicked on it and you'll notice that I get redirected to another page, and that is where I have to just input the GST number and then click on get details, and then I have to it will fetch the details from the government database, and it will also show you which are the phone numbers which are linked with the government database. And I have to type in one of that number and get an OTP on that, and then I will be able to do complete the GST verification. So that's how you have to do it. So this is one option which is available. The second option that you have is through your profile. So in case it happens that although it will be there on everyone's profile, but in case you come to your profile and you are not able to come to your dashboard, and then you're not able to see the screen. This is this option, not the screen. You're not able to see the screen that verify your company profile. Just imagine that you're not able to see the screen, although it is highly unlikely, but just imagining that you're not able to see, then what should you do? So then you should be clicking on your name initials or your picture in case you have uploaded your visuals or your image, your picture. Then you should be clicking here where you can see RS is there. So it click on that and then click on this pencil shaped icon, which is basically the edit icon, and it will take you to the next page. On this page, you have to scroll down because on the top is your personal profile. You have to go to the company profile to do the GST verification. So you have to scroll down to the company profile. This is the company profile where you can see company details. On the top, you can see company details. This is the company profile. And here you will see verify GST. This is where you'll see the option. Click on it. Again, the same overlay will open up. You have to type in the GST, click on get details, and then the numbers which are associated with that GST number will be appearing. You have to type in that number and get the OTP. That is how you have to do the GST verification. All right. So I hope this process is clear in everyone's mind. So let's quickly go to the presentation and let's understand the product criteria. Now there are a number of criterias, and I've just listed down here so that we don't miss any one of them. The first one is related to the product images, the product visuals. The criteria is that the minimum three images should be there, and each of them should be unique, and avoid uploading the same images multiple times. So just to give you a little reference to what I am talking, I think I have a product open here. So this is a product. Now the criteria is that there should be minimum three images. Minimum three images should be there. So here you can see this is one product image which is available, and the other images are basically visuals with information. So if you have multiple images, then please upload three images. If that is not possible, so for example, I can see here, so this product, you can see they have more than three images. So those can be uploaded. But if that is not possible, then create these kind of images. You can create them very easily using AI, or these kind of images, how the product benefits or how to use, etc. So create these kind of images and then fulfill the criteria. Again, the criteria is minimum three, and these should be unique. So these don't upload the same image just to fulfill the criteria. So that is one, because these go through human review as well. So it is not like the only AI is reviewing and you can fool the machine that they'll not be able to see that you're uploading the same image multiple times. It goes through a human review, and You will be caught if you are doing that activity. The second is related to product description. Now, what is product description? So if we switch the screen very, very quickly, so this thing, this text which you're seeing here is called product description, and it is in two parts. One is called summary description. So whatever you are seeing here, this is summary description, and what you're seeing here is the long description, right? So it has two parts to it, summary and long description. So what are the criteria? The criteria is it should have 30 words, and the long description should be 70 words. So one is the length for summary description. And again, just to help you relate, so this text that you have here, this text should be minimum 30 words. And this text that you have here should be minimum 70 words. So we have 330, 70. 330, 70. Three images, 30 words summary description, 70 words long description. That is the minimum criteria. Having said that, it does not mean like you have to just create a description that is just 30 words. No, you can create more, up to 150 words. The maximum is 150 words for summary description as well as long description, because otherwise it is way too long and way too boring for anyone to read and make a sense out of it. It will become overwhelming for anyone, right? So readability is also a factor, right? So you can basically type in an entire book into that. But will someone read it? Absolutely not. They will not, and it will reduce the readability. And when it is reducing the readability, it will reduce the engagement, and obviously the search ranking, everyone, everything will be impacted. So that is where the criteria is for summary 30, maximum 150. Again, 150 is way too much. Don't go beyond 100. And for long description, it is minimum 70 words and maximum is 150 words. All right. And you have to ensure that these are, again, not the same description that you're adding across all the products. We have seen people do that. Then other mandatory requirements which are there. So the product price must not be zero. You must be thinking like, why would someone do that? You want to do business. Why would someone upload a product with zero price? We have seen that. And this is typically happened with B2B sellers. So what happened? They uploaded the product, and when they were uploading the product, because price is a mandatory field, so they added the price, a hypothetical price or a zero price, and then they uploaded the product, and later they forgot to hide the price. So just to help you relate to what I'm saying. So here you can see price on request, right? So they didn't enable this option, and the prices were visible, and the products were priced at like 1 rupees or 50 paisa, 25 paisa, like that. So please don't do that. So check that the price is correctly updated. And if you are a B2B seller, then you are showing price on request. If you don't want to show the price, if you want to hide the price, then it should be price on request. Just cross check that before listing the product. Then each product should have distinct price. Avoid the listing products with multiple price. Again, this is related to what I've just said, but let me help you understand that. So we have seen instances where the same thing happened. They uploaded the product, they added some hypothetical price like 1 rupee, and then they listed the product. When actually buyers saw, like, it is highly unreal that everything that you're offering is at the same price. So if the operation team sees that you have added the same price across the products, so they may feel that you have forgotten, you forgot to update the price, and because of that everything is at the same price, so they may reject it. So even if your products are at the same price, then should add a decimal difference, right? So if, for example, your products are, let's say, everything is at 100 rupees, so you should be pricing them like 100 rupees, 50 paisa, 100 rupees, 25 paisa, to create some level of differentiation. Otherwise, it looks like you forgot to use the high price option, or you forgot to update the price, right? So keep that in mind. This the next point, which is point number C, the brand name must be added. So that's where you must be thinking like, we don't deal in brand. We are a, let's say, agri product exporter. I export basmati rice. There's no brand to it. So in that case, you have to type in your business name. You must be having a business name. Type your business name as a brand name. So if you're dealing in a brand, let's say India Gate Basmati Rice, in that case, obviously the brand name will be India Gate Basmati Rice. But if you're dealing yourself. In that case, it will be your business name that has to be added as the brand name. And if you have not added the brand name, then your product will not get listed. That is the point number C. The point number D is make sure that to add the relevant ITCHS code to each and every product. And I'm going to show you how you are going to update that in case you haven't updated that. So don't worry on that. And the country of origin should be updated. And the last point is that the products are mapped correctly. That is also something that I'm going to show to you. So this is where now we are going to close the presentation and we are going to go back to the demonstration account which I was showing to you. And we'll go through all these criteria very, very quickly. So now I'm going to access the control panel of the online store. And how do I do that? So for that, I'm going to use this option, online store, which you are seeing on the top. You have to click on it and that will open the seller panel, the control panel. This is the control panel of this demonstration store. Now let's go through all the lists. So we have understood how we are going to update the GST number, right? Hope you all recall how you are going to update the GST number. Now the next thing in the product criteria list is about the images. Now, if you are uploading the images, then you can obviously make sure that you have uploaded minimum 3 images. But if you have already uploaded the product, and let's say you have 500 product, now going and checking will be quite a task. How are you going to do that? So let me show you how you are going to do that. For that, we have to access the product management section. How do we do that? So in the left navigation, we have to click on catalog and then we have to click on products, which will open the product management interface. This is the interface. Now here, you can review the images one by one if you want. So for example, this particular product that we are seeing here, if we go to the variant, that is where we should be able to see the images. This is where you can see we have uploaded 4 images, which is nice, well and good. So we are good. Now there may be scenario wherein you have not added the images to the variant. You may have added the images to the products, if especially for the products which are uploaded with I think this is still loading up. Yeah, here. So especially the products which are uploaded manually. For the products which are uploaded in bulk or where you have added images for the variant. So in that case, they will appear here in the variants. Otherwise, they will appear here in the images. So there are two places where if we, here you can see image is not appearing. Whereas if we go to image, because I had uploaded this product manually. But if you're uploading in bulk, then typically you will find the images in the variants. So here you can see the images. So again, the question comes, how are you going to check? So there are two places where you have to go and check. Let me show that once again. So one place is variant and the second place is images. And for that, I'm going to open these two different products as examples. So this is one product where you have uploaded images to the variant. So this is where you had uploaded the products in bulk. So typically when you upload the products in bulk, you upload the images for each variant. So that is where the images will be in this price and variant tab. Go there and click on edit and you'll be able to see the images. Here you can see, if you scroll down, this is where you can see all the images, right? So that's how you have to check. This is one scenario. If you had uploaded product manually, one product at a time using that product feature, in that case, the images will be in this image tab. So click on images and this is where you'll be able to see the images. So this is how you have to check manually. Now, if you are someone who has, let's say, few hundred or few thousand products, then obviously it is impractical to imagine that you'll be able to check like this, how I explained. You would like to check it in bulk. And if you have large catalog, then you may have certainly uploaded the products in bulk. And then the images will be available in the download CSV file. So if this is basically to update variants, so if you download this file, then in this file, you'll be able to see all the images that you have uploaded. Let's wait for the file to get downloaded. I think it will take few more seconds and then we will have a look at the images. Just a quick second. So the file is downloaded, but I still can't see any question. I am feeling that I am able to explain quite well, or you haven't understood anything what I've said. So both the extremes are possible. So this is the file which we have downloaded. Now, what are we trying to do? We are trying to see if the products have images. Now, how can we see that? So let me first zoom in a little bit so that the text on the file is a little bigger and you are able to see that. So this is the file, and if you scroll towards the right side, that's where you'll see there are columns with the title, variant image, cover image, and variant image, comma separated. So using these, you'll be able to see how many images are uploaded. So the variant image, the first column is for the cover image, the first image. So this where we have the first image, and I'll open the link also just very, very quickly. So this is the first image. Let's see if there is a variant image also uploaded. No, I have not uploaded, but this is where I have uploaded. So I'm going to, now here you'll see there are multiple images. They are separated by comma. So this where you can see it is .jpg. This is the first image. Then we have comma, and then we have the second image. Then we have the third image. We have fourth image. So there are four images that are there for this particular product other than the cover image. So I am going to now copy the link and open it here. And this is how the image looks. So this is how you'll be able to check. Now, very conveniently, you can use an Excel formula to count the number of commas which are there, and that should give you a clarity about how many images are there, or just count how many times .jpg or .png is there, and even using that, you'll be able to count how many images are there, and you can ensure that there are minimum three images in your product, right? So a very quick thing that you can do using the Excel file. All right, so that is the first criteria related to the images. Let's go back to the seller panel. And now let's move on to the second criteria, which is related to the product description. So firstly, if you have a small catalog, you have 5, 10 products in that case, you can do that check manually as well. And how are you going to do that? So you have to click on edit against any of the product, and then scroll down a little bit on the basic details tab. This is where we have the basic details tab. You have to scroll down a little bit, and this is where you'll see the summary description, and this is where we have the long description. You have to basically see how many words are there, and to do that, there are tools which are available. So you can either use a Word document, it can do that, or there are online tools also available. So let me show you. This is one online tool, and our word count is 51 words. So this is called character counter. I'm going to share the link in the chat with everyone. This is a tool that you can consider using, or otherwise you can use Microsoft Word or Google Doc as well to do this counting. Now, this is something that anyone who has a few products, you have 10, 12 products, in that case, you can do this approach. You can check that the number of words and we have sufficient description. Now, if you have a large catalog, you have thousands of products, in that case, obviously, you can't do it. It is not practically possible. So what should you be doing? So you should be downloading this file, which says download products. This is the file I'm referring to. You have to click on it, and a Excel file will get downloaded. Obviously, now, using this Excel file, we'll be able to do a lot of things, and you'll be able to check a lot of things. This is a very, very useful file. And I'm not sure how many of you are aware about the use of this file. This file is used for, any guesses? You can share that in the chat if you want. And in the meantime, I will sip a little bit of water. Right. So coming back, I think I should explain. I should not keep this suspense going. So this file is primarily used to update the product. The other file that we have used or that we have seen is used to update the variants of the product. So same t-shirt available in different sizes, XL, large, small, etc., etc. So if you have to update the variants, so for example, I have 10 units of XL, I have 20 units of large. So like that, we'll be able to update, or if you have to add filters, or there are a number of things that you can add. We don't have enough time to go through over everything that can be done using that file, but that is primarily used to update the variants. And this file is used to update the product. So, for example, if you want to change the product name, or if you want to change the description, or if you want to update the SEO related meta content, or if you want to change add a tag or change the tag, HS codes, country of origin, product type, checkout inquiry, all that can be done very, very easily using this file. So a very useful and powerful tool, although I often come across people who are not even aware of this. So whenever you'll open this file, it will look little haphazard. So just select everything and click on wrap text, and it will wrap the text. Right? Let me zoom in a little bit also so that it is a little bigger and you're able to see it in a better way. So this is the file, and as I was mentioning to you, that is this is a very useful file, and you'll be able to update a number of things through it. So the first one is product title. This is a column. If you want to change the product name, you'll be able to update that. But to our discussion, or something related to our discussion, is the summary and long description, which are column D and F. This is where we have the summary description, and this is where we have the long description. Now we can very easily, you don't have to copy it because this is an Excel file. You can apply a formula and you can count how many words are there, right? So there's an Excel formula available. If required, I can share it with you. You can count how many words are there, and if there are products which have less number of product, then you can less number of words, then you can simply update them. And you don't even have to go to the seller panel and update it. You can directly input the new content into this file, and you'll be able to do that. Now, here you may have noticed that we have a HTML code here. Now, this is also a very useful thing because obviously, if you're just uploading plain text, then it will appear as a paragraph. You would want to do the formatting. So, in that case, what you should be doing is you should use the product editor. So this is sort of a scenario wherein you want to add a new description to the product. Now, how will you update the content? So for example, let me just, I have a description written in one of the documents. Let me just quickly access that. I typically keep that document open, but I think I mistakenly closed it. So very quickly, let me get the description. Otherwise, we could have written it ourselves, but this is going to be quicker. I found the document. Let me just copy the description. All right. So this is almost a scenario wherein we want to update this description, and we want this to be like this, where we have this heading in bold, and then we have the bullet points, right? So this is how we want to display it. Now, if we uploaded this content as is, so if I just copied it like this, and then I went to the Excel file, and I just imagine that, sorry, I pasted it like this, then it will get all jumbled together, and it will start appearing like a paragraph on the front end. Now, how do you solve for that? So for that, what you should be doing is you should type in or copy paste your content here, format it. So if you want to add a bullet points, if you want to add bold, etc., you should do that. And once you are done, that's where you have to go to this code view and then copy the code, and then come here and paste it. So then the entire formatting will be retained. So bold will remain bold, bullet points will remain bullet points, it will not get jumbled up. So this is something that you should keep in mind when you're updating the content. If you're not updating and you're just checking whether it is 30 words or 70 words, then just apply a formula and you'll be able to quickly check on that. All right, so in fact, let me see if I can show you the formula as well, because seeing is believing, right? So let me, I have that formula. So I will just quickly take that out and share it with you. All right, so we have to change this. Where do we have description? It is D2. All right, so we have to change this to D2. Perfect. And this is where we have 43 words in this particular product. And now you can see we can just and here I have product which has just one word, and there are products which have one, five, etc. So now I know, and this is a product which has 158 words, so it's way too much. It will also again get rejected. So you can use this formula, and I can imagine you must be curious if I can get the formula. So let me share that with you as well very quickly. So this is the formula. Let me share that with you in the chat, which you can use. Where is this floating action bar going? All right. So this is something that you should use, and you can do the same thing. Right. So if I move to the next column, this is where I have 44 words, long description, and this is where you can see how quickly we are able to check. Right. So even if we have 10,000 products in matter of few minutes, less than 5 minutes, we'll be able to check and see which are the products that have 30 or more words in the summary description, and which are the products where we don't have more than 70 words long description. We can easily identify those products and we can work on them, and we can improve the description, and we can even update that from the same file. Please do remember to delete these columns before updating, but I hope that helps you understand how easy that process is. All right, so we have understood about the product images, how you can quickly check and update them. Yes, I think I forgot to mention that you can even update the images. So, for example, if this is a product and you came to know that we haven't uploaded the images, so in that case, very quickly you'll be able to update it. Although you can manually go and you can upload the images. So if you go to the seller panel, that's where you can edit the product and you can upload the images like you have done while uploading the products. Let me show you how it can be done. So you can go here and you can click here, and like luckily we came across a product that didn't had the images, so we can very quickly. So for example, let's open this one. This is the image. You can upload it from your device as well and click on save. So this is the manual process which can be done. Now, again, scenario, you have a large catalog, you have literally hundreds and thousands of product, and you have to update the images. So in that case, what you can do is you can go to Media Manager. You'll have to obviously upload the images and generate the image links, but you don't have to go and click on edit and then upload every one. You can do it in bulk. So for example, taking the same products example, crocodile leather handbags, and here you can see we have uploaded the image. You can click on upload file and you'll be able to upload the image, and then you have to just copy the link and paste it here. Image will get updated. Right. So we have understood how you'll be able to take care of the image requirement. We have also understood how you'll be able to check and take care of the product summary description requirement. Again, for everyone's reference, because this where I can imagine I was a little fast and little technical as well. So if we have, let's say, identified that this is the product where we have issue because it has one description. Now, what should I be doing? Should I go to the seller panel and I go to the product catalog section, and there I search for this product, and then I update the description. So what is the name of the product? It is test. So I search for that product, is a product, and my browser is acting up. It looks like. Yeah, now it worked. So here we have that product. So we can click on edit and then you can easily go and update that. Now, if you have very few products, then obviously you can do this. But if you have large catalog, then it is impractical and impossible for you to do that. So in that case, use this file, right? So we have do columns. Whatever you are adding here will get added as a description. So let me show you. In fact, we had been saying that seeing is believing. So let me show you that. I am going to upload the same thing here. So what should I do? Should I copy paste the text directly? No, I should not. I will just open the product tab here, and I will click on add product because I want to create the code. I want to add the formatting and I want the code. So I'll click on add product. I'll go to summary input interface. This is where I've copy pasted it. And now I'll do the formatting because obviously when I'll paste it, the formatting will go away. So I have added the formatting. Now I'll go to the code and I will copy the code. I will come back and I will paste it here. So I will remove the old code and yeah, so paste it. I'll do a word wrap so it does not. And here, where is our product? This is where we had the product. And now let's see what is the difference. So earlier the count was 1. Now we have 44. Now I've shown you how you have to do it in Excel file. This is what we have done for the summary description. We can do the same thing for the long description. Let's do that very quickly. So I have the long description text also available. We are going to update all of that at once. So we will go back again. We'll do the same thing. We are going to very quickly generate the code. So it is important that if you are using the Excel file to update the content, then please do the formatting as well, right? So don't just copy paste the plain code. Please do add the formatting. I think I copy pasted it twice. I will have to do that again. Right, so here we have made the titles bold. Now I will go and copy the code from here. We have to click on code view and copy the code, and we will come back to the Excel file, and here we will copy paste it. Done, right? We have done that. Now let's save this file. And before we save that, I was giving you a suggestion that we should be deleting these columns. I myself forgot to delete the columns. So we have now deleted them. Let's save the file. All right, so we have saved the file. Let's go back to the seller panel and let's upload it. So we are here, we will open the seller panel. In case you're thinking that why is he spending so much time on the product description update, this is where most of the businesses like you or business executives like you get stuck. So that's why I am taking a lot of your time to help you understand this better so that when you're doing it, you don't waste your own time. All right, so we have uploaded the file. It will take few minutes for it to get uploaded. So here you can see the upload has started. So one notification that we have received. The second one will be once it gets completed. So it is completed because we don't have too many products here. So it didn't took too long. So it is updated. Now, if we, it is the where we had the test product open already. And here you can see that we have the description. Here you can see this is where you have the description and this is where you have the long description. So this is how you'll be able to update it very, very conveniently if you have issues with the description. And I have also explained in this video. So very quickly, let me show you if that is there. So if you go to add products, this is where you'll see there's a video. Watch this video, and because in this video I've explained how you can use AI tools like ChatGPT and Gemini to create this content. Because obviously many of you will also have this channel, right? How will I create this content? You have shown to us that this is how you have to update it. How will we create it? So watch this video and you'll be able to understand how to create this content in case you have it as a challenge or you have content creation as a problem. So this is where you'll find the solution to it. All right, so we have gone through the two most important requirements, and that's where most of you get stuck. The other requirement is related to the product pricing. How will you check that? You can check that very conveniently. If you have less number of products, you can click on the product title. I think it is still getting loaded. And this is where you have the product pricing. Very easily, you'll be able to check. Now, if you have a large catalog, so then use the variant file, which you had downloaded from here. So use that file. So here we have that file, and it has the column of selling price and discount price. So selling price is basically the price of the product, and discount price is selling price minus discount. So you are giving 30% discount. The product price is, let's say, 1,000. So 1,000 minus 300 would be 700. So this is the final price on which you want to sell the product to the customer. So you may or may not add. It is not necessary, but adding selling price is necessary, and you have to ensure that the price is properly updated. So using this file, you'll be able to update that. Now coming back to the next point, which is related to the brand. Now brand is something which you may not have added upload while you were uploading the product. Although you have an option in you, many of you may have done that, but just in case you have not added the brand, in that case, what should you do? So here you will see there's a section which says brand. You click on that, go to the brand section, and here you create your brand. You have to click on add brand and type in your name. And if you have a logo, upload that as well. Now, again, I'm saying that if you are dealing in a brand, then you should add the brand name. And if you are yourself creating a brand, then also add your brand name. But for other businesses, you should be typing your business name. So, for example, if your business name is Shalimar Enterprises or Sunshine Global, then type that and then upload the logo. Logo upload is optional. If you want, you can do that. Otherwise, not necessary. So I've just added the brand Sunshine Enterprises. The brand is added. Now we have to publish it and then click on save. The brand is added. Now what we have to do is we have to use the other file, the file which we had used to update the description. We have to use that file, and here you will see there is a column for brand. This is the column brand F, and we have to just copy paste the brand name, and you can do that. You can like literally copy it across multiple rows as per your requirement, right? Like this, save the file and upload it, right? So this is how you'll be able to take care of the brand's requirement. Now you have ITC HS code and country of origin. Both of them can be updated very, very quickly using the same file. So here you have a column for ITC HS code. So any product that does not have HS code, you can just update using this column. And country of origin is here. This column has country of origin. Any new seller who's recently uploaded the product, for sure you must have added the country of origin, because that is a mandatory field. But the historical sellers who had uploaded the products a long time back before this requirement was introduced, then you may not have country of origin. My store is also one of that. So here you have to just type the country of origin. So for example, if the country of origin is China, you can type that, or if the country of origin is UK, you can type that. So whichever is the country of origin, just type that, save the file, and then upload it. So your country for you, your HS code and the country of origin can be very conveniently and very quickly checked and updated from here. If you want to do it still, if you want to do it manually, yes, you can do that. So if you go to the product section, there you will find this option. So let me show you that very quickly. While it is opening up, let me sip a little bit of water. And my internet seems to be little slow or terribly slow today. So here I was showing you that there are places from where you can check the HS code and the country of origin requirement manually as well. So this is where if you click on edit, and on the basic details tab, you'll see there's a section for HS code and you have country of origin. So you can input it manually as well if you want. Now let's move on and let's try to understand how you are going to list your products. So once you are done and you have ensured that you're in compliance with all these requirements, then you have to go to the Global Income Marketplace interface. On the left side, if you scroll down, that's where you'll see Global Income Marketplace or GL Marketplace. Click on that and then click on Marketplace, which will open the GL Marketplace management interface. This is the interface. Now, here you will see you have your list of products. You have a list on GLM, categories, views, inquiries, orders, etc. Those are not relevant. The most important activity that you have to come here is check the categories. In case you have recently uploaded the product, then there's a possibility that you have already done the category mapping and the categories will appear populated. So this is where you can see you have done the category mapping. So the category is appearing populated. But in case you haven't done that, you have created your products or uploaded the products long time back. In that case, the category mapping was not there, and you will have your products appearing like this. Add category. You have to basically click on add category, and then you have to type in the product name. What is this product? Let's see. It is a t-shirt. So you have to just type in the name of the product t-shirt and then select the category, and you'll be able to update that. So here also, I think because of the internet speed, it is taking time. So we have a t-shirt and it happens to be a women t-shirt. So we can be more precise. Like this, I've typed women t-shirt. It will take some time, but we will start seeing the option. This is where we have this option and we can click on save and the category will get updated. So I am not doing that because I want to show you the bulk option also. So for example, you have these multiple products and they are all women t-shirt. Just saying hypothetically, you have to come here. So you can select multiple products. You can select more than one and you have to click on update category and which will again open the same overlay. And again, you can type women t-shirt and the correct option will start appearing and then you can click on save changes and the category will get mapped. This is how you have to update the category. Once you are done with updating the category, then you have to click on this button, which will list your products on GlobalLinker Marketplace. They'll be sent for verification. Now, these triangles or alert icons that you're seeing here, so any product which will have a shortcoming which is not in compliance with the marketplace requirements. So for example, this product does not have three images and the description is also on the lower side. It does not have the 30-word description, right? So all that information is available here. So just hovering on these icons, you'll be able to understand what is the issue with the product and then you can work on fixing it. You can just fix it from here. You can click on edit product and it will open an interface. Using that, you'll be able to update the description or you'll be able to add more images, etc. So all that option is available for you to utilize it from here. Now, many of you will be interested in also having the checkout feature. I'm not sure if it is still open. Yeah, this product which I was showing you, many of you may be interested in having this feature also, which is add to cart. So firstly, you'll have to get this feature enabled. How will you do that? So here you'll see there is this support button. Drop us an email that we want the checkout to be there on our online store. We'll review your store and then if everything is okay, we will enable this feature. Once that is enabled, you will start seeing this settings icon. All of you, unless we have enabled that feature, you will not see this icon, right? So in case tomorrow you go to this interface and you don't see this icon, that means the checkout feature is not enabled on your online store. For Global Income Marketplace, you can do the checkout on your online store, but on Global Income Marketplace, it is on request. So you have to reach out to us and we will review your store. And if everything is in order, we will enable this feature. Once this is enabled, then customers will also be able to place an order on Global Income Marketplace. So this overlay will open up. Firstly, you'll have to agree to the cancellation policy. It is up to you whether you would want to give the return option to the customers or not. We are not influencing that. It is better to give that option, but you can also decide for what duration, for 2 days, 7 days, 10 days, whatever duration you are wanting to give the option, you can do that. Or if you don't want to give the return option altogether, you can also choose that. That feature is available. Once you have done that, the next is your shipping policy. So shipping policy should be enabled. Just ensure that the shipping policy is updated. How do you do that? How do you check that the shipping policy is updated? So in the left navigation, if you click on My Store and then you go to Pages, that is where you'll see there is a default shipping policy that we have added. It may be in a disabled state. You may not see this tick icon. You may see it in a disabled state. So let me show you how you will see in case you have not enabled it already. Right, so you will see it like this is where you can see it is there's a cross there, red color cross. So that means it is not enabled. Now what are you required to do? You are required to click on edit, and then this policy will open up. This review the policy, and if everything is in order, you can make the required changes. It is your business, you are in control, so you can make the required changes and then turn on the status and then click on save, and the policy will get updated. So just ensure that you have updated the policy. And lastly, you have to add the bank details. Now, why are these bank details required? Because we have to make the payment to you. So when the customer is purchasing this product on GlobalLinker Marketplace, they are giving the payment to us. We as a marketplace are receiving the payment. Once you have delivered the order and the return period is over, in case there's no return period, immediately after the delivery of the order, we will transfer the money into your account, and for that we need the bank details. Please add them little cautiously. Once you are done, you'll be able to list your products. Then you will start seeing the option whether you would want to list it for inquiry, or you would want to list it for inquiry plus checkout. And obviously, I haven't added the GST and this is a demo account, but in your case, you can fulfill these criteria and you'll be able to list your product for checkout as well in case you have requirement. Otherwise, you'll be able to directly list for inquiry. You don't have to go through all that approval and bank account and all that process. All right, perfect. I think this is where I'd been able to explain the process. This is where I am now going to stop the screen share and we'll break into the question answer round. I still can't see any questions in the Q&A and neither in the chat. In the chat, I am the only one who has contributed. That is strange for me because typically in my sessions, at least participants talk to each other using the chat. But in today's session, I didn't see even that happening. Uh, Anyways, let me continue to use the chat. I'm going to share with you tutorial videos on how you can list the products. So whatever I have explained in a more concise manner, in a more sharper way. So both the tutorials in Hindi and English. And let me also share with you on a tutorial about how to create your store, because in case you haven't created the store, that must be a question in your mind. And let me also share with you other tutorials. All right. And let me also share with you the link of today's webinar's recording, because many of you may be interested in accessing that. So let me do that as well. Although we are going to email you the link of today's webinar's recording, but as you are here, there's no harm in sharing it with you. So let me share that as well. So before we close the session for today, any question, anything which is not clear to you, anything you want me to clarify, please do let me know using the chat. And as you're doing that, let me also share my contact details and the contact details of our help desk. So in case you need any help tomorrow, you need any help, so you have my details, or you have my uh, you have our help desk contact details. So I'm sharing both of them here in the chat. So please do feel free to reach out. So as we are not seeing any new question in the chat or in the Q&A, so this is where we are, I think, good to close the session for today. Thank you everyone for taking out time and participating in this session. I hope that you found the session informative. You're able to gain something from today's session and you'll use that knowledge to be part of Global Income Marketplace, or to be able to grow your business digitally. And if you need any help or guidance, please do feel free to reach out to us. And this is where I'm going to conclude this session for today. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your time. Have a wonderful evening ahead. Bye bye.